Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to LeBlue's Final Fantasy Dungeon Guides. My name is LeBlue, and I will be guiding you through some of the dungeons here in Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. The first dungeon that we're going to go through here, Satasha, however you say that, and it's, as would be expected, pretty simplistic. It's the first dungeon in the game that you'll encounter along on your main storyline quests. What I'm going to be doing here with these guides is I will explain any difficult trash packs, any little tricks to get extra bits of treasure, and I'll also go over any boss mechanics that are somewhat relevant. Keep in mind with this first video that most of the bosses are very simple and kind of ease you into the game. I promise you though that as you go on, the bosses definitely do get a lot harder, and some of them are downright brutal. As you go into this next hallway, you'll notice two primary kinds of mobs. The first is the Shade Seekers. These are small little fly things. They're really annoying. Just try to help your tank with picking them up and don't go too crazy blowing them up. They die pretty easily though. The second one, and the more important one, is the Giant Clam. Every time it opens up, it'll release an ad. You need to make sure that whenever it's open, you're actually burning it, but trying to burn it while it's closed, as you'll notice, doesn't do too much to it. When it's open, it's vulnerable and you should take it out quickly so that ads don't continue to spawn. Alright, so you'll see here we are coming up to the first boss's location. That'll always be marked by a purple line that you'll see on the ground, and that's showing where it'll be sealed off when the encounter begins. After you hit the red coral formation and the inconspicuous switch, Chopper will appear. First boss ever in this instance, very simple. Tank and spank, other than every so often he'll do a circular AoE around him. As long as your tank and melee get out of this, you really shouldn't have too many problems. You'll see me dancing around back and forth. That probably really could have helped DPS, but it didn't quite feel like it at the time. But yeah, if you see that's all he does, just AoEs. Otherwise, just DPS him down. He'll fall over, drop loot, and you can continue on with the rest of the. So here we are again, boss number 2. It's Captain Madison and a couple of his crewmates. This fight's also really simple. The most difficult part of it is just making sure that your tank marks the 2 adds that he has with him so that you can kill them quickly, and pretty much deals with the only threat that this part of the instance actually has. Remember, here in this game, threat management is a big deal, so try to make sure you're actually attacking your tank's target so that the adds aren't like running and chasing after everybody. Once you kill both of his adds and then kill him to about 50%, he'll run away and you'll continue on with the instance as you were. This next part that you're going to be going through is more of like a storeroom for the pirates. Just make sure that whenever you're pulling stuff that you're actually pretty careful, because you can accidentally walk into another pack. The packs range from anywhere from 2 to 3 mobs, and just make sure that your tank is marking them if they're having trouble, but you as a DPS are also helping by attacking your tank's target and not over aggroing. Keep in mind that to your left you'll see where the enemy's bars are that indicate what your threat level is. If it's flashing red, it means you have aggro. If it's yellow, it means that you're getting close. Anything under that, you're relatively safe, but you must keep sure that you are not over aggroing your targets. While this isn't that big a deal because this is the first dungeon, this does become an actual problem later on as you go through the harder dungeons. Once again, after coming through the warehouse, you come across Captain Madison with some new crewmates. There's a slight twist with this one, however the encounter is still relatively simple. The twist really is once you kill his 2 ads, once again get him to 50%, he releases a couple of scurvy dogs. These are really simple, just make sure your tank picks them up and deal with them. Kill them, kill him, collect loot. we are at the final boss of Satasha. The final boss is Sanagan, known as Den the Orcatooth. This fight's relatively simple, but there is a little bit more mechanics added to your group that will test a little bit of your coordination. You'll notice that there are 4 places that have unnatural ripples. Throughout the fight, he'll randomly summon adds from these ripples. All you have to do is run over and right click to them. What you can do is you can assign each person to have one when this goes out. The boss will also do a frontal cone attack that's really easy to see, and you should be able to move out of it pretty quickly. As you'll see through the video, we do actually have an ad spawn, and as you also see, it's not really the end of the world. The ads are actually pretty weak, just so long as you don't try to zerg it and ignore them entirely, you should be fine. It's really is a pretty simple fight, so long as you just don't let the ads overwhelm you, and you just push your way through, and you should be on your way to success. And this is the first dungeon in Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be making more in the future, and I hope you look forward to them, and I will see you next time.